Hey guys, welcome to another video. As you can see, I am sitting here alone. That is because I want to do a video on my 5 tips to have a better egg retrieval experience. So this video is obviously catered to those of you going through IVF, going to be going through IVF soon, or those of you who know someone about to go through IVF, so that way you can just be a good support person and help them out. So it's just gonna be 5 tips. We're gonna keep it short and sweet because it really doesn't need to be that overcomplicated. I found personally with everything I read and did during IVF that keeping it simple was really the best way to go because you are already under enough pressure and stress. I just don't think you need to add that much to it. So try to stick to your normal lifestyle as much as possible as long as it's healthy, and yeah, enjoy life, have a drink, go with the flow, whatever you need to do. So starting with my first tip for a positive IVF experience is number 1, do not set your expectations too high. This will not only put unfair pressure on yourself, but it's also going to leave you feeling really let down if you don't get the numbers you're hoping for or expecting. And what I mean by this is we all go in expecting a number of eggs to be retrieved, and then when those eggs aren't retrieved, or they are and they don't turn into the embryos we want, we can be sad and let down and upset with ourselves when honestly it is completely out of our control. For example, I'm only 26, which is pretty young to be going through IVF, and the doctors expected me to get like at least 10 embryos from my eggs that were going to be collected, and I only got 5, and that was like really heartbreaking for me at first, but at the same time, like, you come to realize that's a lot better than some people, and also it just takes 1. Yes, we want embryos for backup in case some don't work and all of that, but it's really like, it really just takes 1. So don't set your numbers too high because it's just honestly completely out of your control. I'm looking at my notes. Number 2, set an alarm. Winston, my dog's in here with me, and he's going through all the baby stuff. Tip number 2 is to set an alarm or mini alarms for your trigger shot. This is very important because this has to be done at a very specific time for your egg retrieval to be done. And it's going to be based off the time of your egg retrieval procedure that the doctor has set for you. So they'll tell you when they want you to take the trigger shot, and it is so important to set alarms for this and to just be overly prepared. Watch your videos that they tell you to watch, read your material, learn everything you need to know to do this. Practice as much as you can, obviously without injecting the medicine. Don't go out with friends that night. If you have to be out of town, pack and get everything that you need. Just be overly cautious. For our transfer, we didn't even go to dinner that night. We stayed home, we cooked, we set multiple alarms. We wanted to make sure that we were gonna be here right when that alarm went off, and we had everything prepped 5 minutes before the alarm went off, so that way when the alarm went off, all we had to do was inject. Tip number 3 is going to be to not have sex with your partner 3 to 5 days prior to your egg retrieval. Your doctor will inform you of this, but I think this is very important because this is kind of where people go wrong in the even trying to conceive process when they're just trying to conceive naturally. They'll have sex every single day thinking that's going to help, when really that just kind of like lowers the potency, if you will, of the sperm. So for your egg retrieval experience, your partner is going to do the sperm collection while you're getting your egg retrieval done and you're under. So if they can't really get any sperm from this, then your egg retrieval is not really going to be that great because you're not going to be able to get embryos from it and marry the two. So in order to get your embryos, you have to be able to obviously marry the egg and the sperm, and that can't be done if your partner does not have a good egg retrieval or sperm collection. And to make sure it is the best quality, it is best to not have sex 3 to 5 days before. Your doctor might feel differently, but you never know. My tip number 4 is to be sure to take at least 2 days off of work. A lot of people will say you don't need any time off work for this if you read a lot of blogs, but I found that to not be true. You obviously need the day of the procedure off and the day after to recoup. I actually ended up needing 3 days off work, so I was very fortunate to have a flexible job for that because, what is my dog sniffing over? Winston. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by him right now. Yeah, I ended up needing to take 3 days off because I don't react that well to anesthesia. I get very constipated, crampy, bloated. It takes me like a good 2 days to not feel super groggy anymore. And I just know this from past surgery experiences with my endometriosis. I just didn't honestly know I would react the same for such a short procedure. So making sure you take enough time off work to recover, because you will be in some pain depending on how smoothly the procedure goes. Also, make sure you have water for after your procedure so you can stay hydrated, and probably some Miralax because you will most likely get constipated from the anesthesia. And that'll just help things move and the gas not make you feel so uncomfortable. And last but not least, tip number 5 is to have a good Netflix show or a book waiting for you when you get home, because you are going to be resting and you are also going to want to keep your mind busy, because you are going to be waiting on those phone calls to let you know how many eggs you got, how many eggs made it to day 3, how many embryos made it to day 5, and your final count. And you're just going to really be anxious about those numbers. So having a good movie or book will help keep your mind busy. And those are my 5 tips for a good egg retrieval experience. If you like this video, Winston's spinning me around. He's so crazy right now. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video. And I'll see you in the next one for my 5 tips for a good transfer experience.